disappointed would you be when you went trick-or-treating and you were expecting candy, but they gave you apple crisps? Well, people love Halloween, and everyone wants a safe place for their kids to go trick-or-treating, right? Well, I'm Rebekah Moore, and I'm an applied communication student at the University of Arkansas at Little Rock. In this speech, I'm going to tell you about my service learning for Booth the Zoo at the Little Rock Zoo. I'm going to tell you about how when we checked in, our setup, the people that were around us, the people in my group, some principles and a concept, and then I'm going to tell you about what I learned about communication from this experience. Now, let's get started. So I did my service learning for Booth the Zoo at Little Rock. A lot of people would choose to go here because it's a safe place to send your kids trick-or-treating. You're not sending them out on the streets. And the Little Rock Zoo's mission, according to their website, is to save wildlife and habitats through conservation and research and through fun, exciting activities, and to connect people to animals. So there were 5 people in my group. One of them is not in this picture, but the one on the left is Nav, then Ibrahim, Lataje, and me. And this is our CLC group because we had to go in and do Booth the Zoo for our junior project. Well, we got there, we checked in, it was a long line, it was a lot. And then we set up. First, it was just me and our sophomore mentor, Kajal. She's not in this picture. We set up, they brought us toys, and we were expecting them to bring us candy. But they brought us those apple crisps. And we were like, no kid is gonna want these. But by the end of the night, a whole bunch of parents were asking for those apple crisps. I don't know why, because Lataje ate one and it was awful. And we also, we had a big rush at the end of the night. So many people were coming through trying to spend all their tickets, because they give them way too many tickets, to be honest. They can't spend them all. And then at the end of the night, we had to check out. So we went out, we signed, they checked off on our name, we got a free zoo pass, so that's great. I love the zoo. And then next, we're going to talk about a concept and some principles. So as students, we learned about some concepts and we learned about principles. That's what we learned in this class. Well, my principle is affinity by Adler, Rodman, and Dupree, 2017, which is the degree to which people appreciate things. Which, the reason I chose that is because a lot of people, a lot of those kids were very appreciative to have those toys and those awful apple crisps. They were very thankful regardless. They were happy. And then another concept is small group communication by Adler, Rodman, and Dupree, 2017, because we were a small group. There were 5 of us. That's a small group, and I think we communicated very well. There was very few of us, so we were able to communicate very easily. And the definition of that is every person can actively participate with the other members of the group. And then next we have cohesiveness, which is, according to Adlin, Rodman, and Dupree, 2017, the degree to which members feel connected with and committed to their group. Well, because we were such a small group, and we had worked together before because we're in CLC, we were very cohesive. It worked out very well. I was glad to be able to work with people that I already knew, honestly. And now we'll talk about how to improve our own communication and what was learned from it. So we can all improve our communication in some way or another. I think that one way that we could have improved our communication in this incident would be coordination, which the definition of that from Adler, Rodman, and Dupree, 2017, is participants interact smoothly and with a high degree of satisfaction. At the beginning, we had a very rough start. Some people did not know where to go. Others, 2 of us were sitting at the table. Others just didn't know where to go. They were telling them the wrong places, and it was a lot. And then after a while, some members in our group left and had to come back. Well, we got it all worked out. By the end of the night, we were working together very well. But we do need to work on better coordination for like the beginning of things. And then we have an ethical implication. And I chose integrity because honestly, it was really hard for me to find an ethical implication that would work for Boo at the Zoo. But I chose integrity just because people in general need to have better integrity. See, people need to hold themselves accountable, and one way to help improve that, like as a community, would be like just to start with myself, to hold myself even more accountable. Finally, in this speech, I talked about my service learning at Boo at the Zoo, at Little Rock Zoo. I talked about setup, checkout, and then how it connects to class, the class of service learning, and what I can improve on. In the end, I just feel bad for those kids that had those apple crisps that were so candy.